Hello YouTube. It is 9:40 p.m. Friday, December 10th. Woohoo! It's Friday night. So I left Bullock's a little earlier than usual. Ran into an old friend, Kennedy, who I'm trying to remember what bar I met her at. I'm thinking maybe Bullock's. Probably Bullock's. Might have been somewhere else. God, I'm such a barfly these days. And have been for a long time these days, my ass. But it's really bothering me. I do not remember where I met her at. Anyway, I've known her for, I want to say, the better part of a year, and haven't seen her in quite a while. So it was really cool just randomly running into her at Bullock's today, and it absolutely made my night when she offered to give me a ride. Now, I did actually have another friend offer to call me an Uber to get me a ride back home from Bullock's, and he wasn't even aware that I was having to move more equipment out of there than normal. In fact, normal lately has been I just leave everything there, with the exception of my headphones and my phone chargers. But I have a house party I'm DJing tomorrow, and I wish I knew more information about it. To be honest, I don't even know the address of where I'm going. It's for a guy named VJ. It came through an ad that I put on Craigslist. Second inquiry I got as a result of that $5 ad. First inquiry actually came in as a text message while I was in my first meeting with Adam, the job developer. I think that's his title. That's working with me through the vocational rehabilitation program with LifeWell. Hey, I remember the name of the mental health clinic for a change, with LifeWell. And he's not actually with LifeWell. He's a third-party service provider, he's somebody with a third-party service provider. I forget what the heck the name of the company is. But anyway, so far he's been incredibly helpful. But yeah, that text message actually came in when I was doing my initial interview with him and intake with him, and me being the forgetful person that I am, I didn't feel right, trying to text him back when I was in the middle of my meeting with Adam, and completely forgot about it. Completely forgot about it until like 2 days later. So at this point, like all text messages to my phone number that I've had forever, which is pretty much tied in with my karaoke and DJ business. And I say forever, it's been probably about, oh gosh, I want to say probably about 12, 13 years I've had that phone number. Currently its text messages are going to the first Obama phone. And I don't, I just don't pay that close of attention to its text inbox. And obviously I should, but just so few messages come through on that it's just, anyway, so I completely forgot about that message. I texted them back a couple days later and asked if they were still looking for a DJ and didn't get an answer. So my guess is that whoever it was, that first message that I got, they probably, when they didn't get an answer right away, probably just contacted another DJ and booked another DJ, which is probably for the best. It was for some kind of a teenager coming of age kind of party. Yeah, not really, at my age, I'm just not really fond of DJing parties that are specifically for teenagers. I feel like I'm a wee bit too old for that. And it's kind of embarrassing to say I'm kind of out of the loop with what teenagers are listening to. Somewhat. I mean, I do listen to a lot of current pop and current hip hop, but certainly my head isn't in the same place musically as somebody who's a senior in high school. So um, now they did say there was going to be a lot of middle-aged parents there as well, but anyway, it was the thought of that was honestly a little bit uncomfortable for me. But the real deal breaker was that this particular party, they were located, I want to say, around Pinnacle Peak and
for like 4 days.
Around Pinnacle Peak and Lake Pleasant Parkway, which is really, really far, especially considering the fact I don't have a vehicle right now. So yeah, definitely probably for the best that I didn't follow up on that. But the second text message that I got, I responded right away, and that's booked. It's happening tomorrow. I don't really know much about it, to be honest. It's I expect the crowd is going to be a bunch of mostly Indian dot not feather tech workers in North Scottsdale, and probably people that have not lived in the valley for a very long time. And where I'm getting that from is that he said that he lived in Central Scottsdale, and then later said it was around 100th Street in Shea, which is, yeah, I can't see that. That's North Scottsdale, dude. Yeah, Central Scottsdale would be around, say, Scottsdale and Camelback, Scottsdale and Indian School. But yeah, anything that's north of Gainey Ranch is definitely not Central Scottsdale. But anyway, yeah, semantics aside, seems like a really nice guy, and they're paying me a pretty, not like a really high amount, but a pretty damn fair amount for all things considered, and going to be, just my usual thing, a mixture of karaoke and video DJ. So I was expecting around 30 people, so it's kind of a semi-intimate house party. It should be a blast. I do have transportation all lined up. Thank you, Ruth. And thanks to Kennedy showing up, I was able to get it's more than I could have carried on the bus by myself at once. So I was able to get everything at Bullock's that I'm going to need for tomorrow to my apartment. So that's kind of exciting. So anyway, I got home, I want to say about an hour ago, a little bit, maybe about 10 minutes before 9 o'clock, and I was kind of surprised to find Priscilla not there. When I left out, she had said, I had asked her, if she was planning on going to Wander Inn, which is kind of where I'm wandering to. And she had said that she was thinking about it, but probably not, that she was tired, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, well, okay. And at that point in time, like, I hadn't even considered that, I would get lucky enough for somebody to offer me a ride, to home from Bullock's. And so kind of my game plan at that point was to pick up my, basically bring the suitcase home with me on the bus, and, probably like my monitor, and probably do a round trip on the bus tomorrow, before meeting Ruth, to get the rest of it, and then take it down to Packet Store, and then I'm planning on meeting her at Packet Store tomorrow, or it's now called U Store, Sky Harbor, but always be Packet Store in my mind, my storage, tomorrow. I think she's supposed to be, oh my gosh, I need to be aware of this. I think she said she wants to meet me there about 4, so I probably need to get there about 3:30 and kind of sort out what I do and don't need. That way when she shows up, I can just immediately load it. Anyway, that was kind of the game plan, and I figured I would probably do like I often do on Friday night, since I've been without my car, and just take the bus to Wander Inn and if not, get a ride with her home from Wander Inn. I'm sure there's, if I had that much stuff with me in tow, I'm sure there was somebody at Wander Inn that would be willing to give me a ride home. But anyway, that didn't happen because Kennedy. Yay, thank you, Kennedy. Anyway, really surprised that Priscilla wasn't there. A little bit surprised that she didn't bother to tell me, that she was going out or where she was going out. But I mean, our relationship being what it is at this point, I guess I shouldn't be too shocked or concerned, but I am a wee bit disappointed. Anyway, I figure there's a pretty good chance she's at Wander Inn, and whether she is or she isn't, I should have a pretty good time just hanging out here and singing with Kimmy and the crew. So, gosh, anything else going on? eBay. Currently still sitting on 3 orders. They're not overdue yet, but they're being in Christmas season, I probably should have got them shipped a little sooner. But right now it takes a long time to get from point A to point B, and the little just finding the little time time periods at home to pack stuff. Now, granted, I could probably pack stuff late at night and just have it ready to go, and I probably should do that. I don't know. I've had a couple of times where I've packed things up and then I've misplaced it, and then I've gone to I need to go ship it, and it's like, oh shit, it's all packed, it's all addressed, where the hell did I put it? So I do have a place where I've been regularly putting that stuff, but it's anyway, I need to get those orders sent. It's not much. Right now I've got an order for a Lady Gaga album. Her album from last year. Pretty cool edition of it. It's in like a clear plastic bag, like a picture disc would come in, and it's on like kind of milky clear vinyl with pretty decorative labels. So sitting on 2 of those, I'm really, really tempted to keep one for myself. It's not going for a lot of money, so yeah, I probably will keep one for myself. I've really liked Lady Gaga since her first single. I mean, I remember when Just Dance first hit the airwaves, and that was just the catchiest thing. And when that was a current song, I found a handful of promo singles that had all these remixes of it. And I still have one of those. The rest of them I sold online years ago. But single's worth actually quite a bit right now, last I checked. Anyway, yeah, I think I'm going to keep my other copy. Chaotica, I think is the name of the album, and I haven't heard it yet, to be honest. I haven't heard even a single off of it, but I mean, it's Lady Gaga. How bad can it be, right? It's kind of funny, like since just since that order has kind of been on since it came in, and it came in as a best offer, and it was a reasonable offer, so I took it. Since that's kind of been top of my mind, getting that order shipped, getting that album shipped, I've had Applause, the Lady Gaga song Applause, just stuck in my head nonstop since. So who knows, maybe I'll sing that tonight for karaoke. I love changing it up and throwing out songs that people just don't expect I would sing. So yeah, although it seems like lately when I'm at the Wander Inn, everybody wants me to sing early 70s radio pop and rock type stuff. Last week I sang Hello It's Me by Todd Rundgren, and I don't know that I've ever sang it before. I really enjoyed doing it and got a hell of a crowd response from it, so who knows who knows what I'm going to sing tonight. Whatever I feel like. Gosh, the Christmas lights, that's kind of neat. Anyway, so yeah, I got that Lady Gaga album that's ordered, and just sold my last copy. Contemplating keeping one for myself. I decided definitely nah, I can pass. It's pretty redundant to my already extensive Elton John collection. So sold my last sealed copy of Elton John Diamonds, limited edition on blue vinyl. I got a pretty decent amount of money for that one. And I also sold a Christmas CD, a sealed Christmas CD for very little money, but I'm just glad to move that one along. Yeah, just glad to move that along. So, oh, yeah, I'll probably, hopefully I can get those packaged up tomorrow in the daytime and walk them down to the post office and then head over to my storage from there to get my gear ready for the party tomorrow. Gosh, anything else going on worth mentioning? Let's see. I had 3 jobs that I applied to with Adam. One that is like some kind of a kitchen, like a kitchen factory. I don't, he kind of explained what it is. Like it's food service work, but it's not food service work. Like it's making food, but it's not working in a restaurant. And my last time I was in jail, which was for child support shit for Allison, and it was a whole lot of bullshit. And I'm gonna try not to get sidetracked talking about that because I'm almost to the wander in. But anyway, I was a working inmate, and I pretty much the entire time I was there, I was working in the food factory, and I honestly really enjoyed that. So, as much as I have zero desire to work food service, and I'm pretty much ignoring all the help wanted signs I'm seeing at restaurants and I could probably handle working in an actual food factory. So applied there. Haven't heard back from them. Also applied to do warehouse work for Amazon. Not Amazon. Walmart. They showed the starting pay. It was actually pretty good for that. Haven't heard back from them. However, the other thing that I applied to was to be a package handler for FedEx. And kind of the funniest thing, like I got this robotic interview, press 1 for yes, 2 for no, came through on the first Obama phone as a text message, or maybe it was on the second Obama phone. I think it's on the second Obama phone. I think that's the phone number that I've been trying to keep the first Obama phone on all my karaoke related stuff, and then everything I'm doing job search wise with Adam that's not karaoke and DJ related. I'm trying to do that with the phone number on the second Obama phone. My main reason for doing that is it has a louder ringer. And I finally figured out how to make the ringer louder on the first Obama phone. It just wasn't where I thought it would be. And I guess some of these things are obvious to some people, but it sure as hell wasn't obvious to me. But I found it, so now the ringer's loud enough I can hear it, finally, after months of having that phone and being frustrated because I never ever hear it ring. Yeah, like most phones I've had, there's little buttons on the side that raise the volume up and down, and you see the volume level go up and down, and unless you're actually listening to something, that's your ringer volume. But not on that phone. On that phone, that's just media volume. Ringer volume, you had to get to it somewhere else, and I just kind of accidentally got to it. Anyway, I'm just about the bar, so I'm just gonna wrap this up. But thanks for coming with me on the walk to the bar.